Hi, this is Richard Rockfire. One of the things that becomes very relevant in nature is that people do not listen to reason. They seem to think that every day they walk through their lives as if they're judged by the things that their family members and those who were around them that gave way until their birth, that they should continue to do the same. This is called tradition. Traditions are handed down by a way of act of familiarity in nature, but some traditions, in fact most, should not be completely adhered to, or you don't evolve. The point of evolution and being a better species and a better place is to make a difference, to change, to upgrade, to move up in the food chain and the world that you live. If you do not do so, then you do it incorrectly because you cease to evolve. In order to evolve, you need to study. You need to make educated decisions that are outside of the box of the way you think because it was handed down to you by religion and family tradition. Religion and family tradition, to me, is the ultimate result of destruction. Because if you continue to live strictly by religious nature or traditional nature handed down to you, you will never think outside of the box, you will never reach out to the hands across the world, and you will never get the big picture of this great shiny blue and green planet that we live on as planet Earth. In order to overcome your problems, you must study. You must do your research, you must think and make active decisions that are very important to your daily lives. In order to do these things, you must get on the internet, you must go to the libraries, you must pick up books, you must read, you must employ yourselves to do things that you don't normally do because you're too busy eating popcorn, watching movies, and of course, drinking beer. We have to bring ourselves in society down to a society that is not susceptible to being run over by corporations and politicians that control the fact that most people do not think. They do not read, they do not study, they do not do their research, therefore, they really don't matter, they don't exist. And that is a terrible way to look at the world around you. If you want to be involved, then you have to get involved. You are a person on this planet that you're responsible for destroying because you use all the things that are destructive in nature. You overeat in meat, you overpopulate in toxins, and you overdo your reproductive skills. You're like a bad pest of insects walking around, waiting to be exterminated. You're like worker ants at the same time on the same hill, that the corporations are allowing you to do this so that they can build a bigger, better city and society around the world, so no matter what natural disasters, all the people at the top always still have a great place to go and party at and survive their vacations at your families and your seed, your grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren, expense. Once people start to live by reason and logic, not just hand-me-down traditions, false allegations, and the paranoias of great superstitions of ghosts of the past, when they start to look around and no longer fantasize about what might be in the past, what might be in the present, but what literally can be in the future, they will get a good glimpse at what reality is. Unless people change their way of lives, they're going to be forever locked into a master lock of life that condemns the planet, its evolution, and its entire dying species that are growing so rapidly at thousands upon thousands a day that the planet itself does not have time to appropriately recover. And even though the ecological system and the planet may still be here, what good is the planet alone without all those beautiful butterflies and birds animals and insects that we grew up with, and we learn to admire. We have to open our hearts and souls to our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren and those to come after that, definitely those that come after that, for the facts that we leave nothing but wasteland and havoc if we don't study, do our research, and push organizations and corporations to do their absolute best. But you will never understand how to do this unless you learn to literally get involved and not just be some person with a mobile device that logs into the internet, listens to it, agrees with it, shakes your head in front of a few beers and friends, and you're hoorah. Did you vote? Did you study? Did you make a voice? You are nothing more than a number that is waiting to be exterminated. If you do not do your job, you do not speak out. You do not make a difference. You don't vote. You don't put your face on the map. You don't get heard. The more faces on the map, the more people get heard. And the only way to get heard is through voices of reason, scientific evidence, not hoopla, terrorist acts, or acts of idiocism because you did not do your research and you do not speak with scientific values and the basics behind you of what is needed to literally, across the board, validate your idea. You must do your research. You must understand what side you stand on and why you stand there, and you must make a stand if you want your planet to be better. Thank you. This is Richard Rockfire. I appreciate your time. Have a great millennia ahead, I hope, for all of our children and our races. Godspeed, indeed.